We are taking another deep dive into Kelak normal. Now, I did miss the recording on the first turn, but all we did was use our attacks and our debuff attacks, keeping all the buffs. This is turn 2. Looks like we drew an extra rank up, a freeze, so we can let these freezes merge. Since we do have Holy Relic on go through, we are going to want to use as many of the rank ups as we can. We don't want to let any of these merge, just so that we can increase those stats on everybody. No, this is no longer the best strat for normal. There is an even better one out with Kyo. You get as many resistance stacks as you can with his ignites. And then you're using Margaret instead of Sariel because she is going to have that value with buffs on the enemy. Last Kelak run, that got us to... Somebody was able to score 7k, but now we have Green Sariel, which probably adds even more stacks of debuffs and by extension more resistance buffs for Kelak. The ceiling in theory is probably something around 8k with that, but running a link on normal is pretty sketchy since we don't really have enough leeway to do many attacks in the first place. So we are coming to turn 4 here. Looks like we can drop this Hellbrum buff. We're gonna not Hellbrum buff, Hellbrum poison. We could merge these. We're gonna double rank up, I suppose. And now, maybe double rank up's not the best. We'll probably wait here. I want to rank up a Deri buff if I can. I can merge these Hellbrum buffs later. We are also one move on everyone away from ult, so if I did double rank up, I'm going to be stuck with Gother ult. Don't really want to do that. But what we drew, we could stall for another turn. This is only 5 Deri stacks. And that's kind of mid, so I think we're gonna push for a 6 stack. Hopefully we can double rank up in freeze, but unfortunately that's gonna get 3 ults. If I merge the Hellbrum buff, that's gonna get all 4, so that gives us 1 slot. If we do it like this, we can let the buffs merge naturally, and then we're gonna have to pray that we can get a Deri buff. I think that's the only thing that we can do. So this is a pretty sketchy bait, but on normal you really gotta push the boundaries in order to get a decent score. Wow, okay, that's what I'm talking about. Push the boundaries. So we have the Deri buff. We can stall again. I think he tanks Hellbrum ult, and then we can throw out the Hellbrum buff because it lasts 3 turns. And then hopefully we get another buff on Deri. Best case scenario, it's 2 buffs and it merges. So he does tank that. And Hellbrum buff is down. So Deri buff? No. Okay. You can only push your luck so far, I suppose. We can use these though. We can probably use... So it looks like we can just kind of drop these buffs. They're not going to do anything, but they'll get us more points. Hellbrum buff, rank up, whatever. Gustav freeze, and then we'll just go for Deri ult. So this looks like 6 stack, no evasion. But we do have a gold buff, and we do have a gold freeze. 11.5 mil. So that should bring us to about 5k or more. If you guys like the vid, drop a thumbie. Maybe a sub if you're into that. See you in the next one.